continues east into the lake?
Apparently, I think it does, doesn't it?
The road. That's
Yeah,
what they're saying. Cause
It
they're
goes
after
across,
the lake.
it goes across down to
Comes,
the lake.
comes out into somebody's house across
To the lake.
No, it's to
No.
the lake.
I think it's the same
The
as
lake-
any,
the
how
lake
far do you own
edge.
it, in front of your house, how far do you own from your lake edge? How far do you own at that point when your property stops at the lake? Do you own anything past that?
supposedly to the center of the lake.
Exactly.
So that road goes to the center of the lake.
I mean, I'm just saying that I think that that's how it would be viewed. I'm not saying that's the right answer,
No.
but I know how it works with lakefront property. It goes to the center of the lake,
Yes, it does.
and everybody else comes across to the center of the lake.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're welcome to challenge it, Gary, and that's totally your decision.
But I think for our road commission, that we're better off to,
Yep.
to not, make.
Until our decision's challenged, I think that's the best.
Well, if they challenge our decision, that's different.
Yeah,
You know, that's
exactly.
up to them, but,
I don't even think it's a challenge, though. I think it's just gonna be another request
Right.
on our end, and we can still say no.
yeah,
Exactly.
right.
So I'm just
For
putting it out
future, I
there
think that'd
for the
be-
future, for Gary's
For
benefit.
future boards, yeah.
I wouldn't spend the money on it,
Right.
but you're welcome to.
Consider it free use. You know,
Yeah.
and
Well, I
not paying
probably won't
taxes
because
on it.
I've been using it as my own property.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
20
Yeah.
years.
How
Why
could it be
not?
better?
Yes.
How could it be better than
Yeah.
that?
Let somebody challenge that, you know.
No,
I just
serious.
wanna know if something happens and somebody should happen to come down there for some reason and fall, who's responsible?
Well,
Well, for 20 foot of it,
What's your attorney tell you on that?
Pardon me?
What's your attorney tell you on that? Or
I haven't gotten an attorney.
just get a legal opinion on that so you can rest easy on that issue is be my suggestion.
well, it wouldn't be, it wouldn't be his,
no.
It's
Yeah,
ours.
you-
It's ours. It's
Yeah.
just no
if
different
if
than,
it's on a county road.
no different
or-
than falling on Arbor
If he
Trail.
had an ice
You know,
shanty on sitting there,
no
because
different
he's
than if
using
you're on
it and it
Arbor
tipped
Trail,
over
you're
on a
right.
kid, I
Yeah.
can see where that could raise question, but we can't what if ourselves right out of a good decision.
No,
No.
So
But that it's really not a county road. If it's anything, it's a seasonal road. That's all I could call it.
well, then it's
I mean,
whatever,
or,
whatever.
It's a paper,
It
it's
is
a paper.
not, it's not certified, it's not a certified
Yeah,
road,
you're-
Right, it's just
but
a
it
paper.
did become part of our road system.
System, but it's not a
Back in the
certified road,
nineteen
right,
thirties, correct,
right.
which we have a lot of.
We have many of them like
And I
that.
think it's important that we set a precedent on if this comes up 10 times in the next year, that we've already got the legal advice,
Mhm.
same scenario, different road, different lake, different township. We have a
Yeah.
precedent on how we will deal with these situations. Take the names and personalities out of the equation and just look at it as black and white. And
Absolutely,
I think it's
that's the best way to go, yeah, for the protection of the public, for our road commission and everything, yeah.
all right.
Shouldn't be an issue with us. Okay, let's move on to old and continuing business. Project updates.
Pretty much all the projects are done.
Good.
If you get a chance, go drive Keene Road out in Winterfield, it's turned out really nice.
Did it?
But all our projects, I think, turned out great. Right now, we're doing some shoulder graveling on the real bad spots before winter. The crews are getting that done. We've been doing some work for the state. We got a little bit left to do for them. And then our big project right now is Cedar Road Bridge. So
Are
we
they on it?
started that last week.
They're on it.
How long's that gonna take?
I'm gonna guess 3 weeks still yet. So
See, the thing is, with my thoughts is this, that, we got winter coming, and before it really freezes up, we need to make sure that those areas, our guys that's on those areas, that job's done, because
Yep.
once it freezes up,
Are you
Yeah.
talking about flattening the roads?
yeah, flattening,
Yeah.
because, there's some right now, because probably of the projects, there's some that hasn't been touched for a while.
if you know some, let me know. But we've
Well,
discussed it.
Keplinger Road down by Five Lakes where I live,
Mm-hmm.
I take that road quite often when I shoot over to Florida. And for 3 weeks now, it hasn't been touched, and there's a couple of big potholes.
Okay.
I had a couple calls on it, that's why I'm bringing it up, but
Mm-hmm.
if that's an example of many roads in the county, we gotta get them done.
We were getting some phone calls, but I
Yeah,
think
they've
it's
slowed
quieted
down.
down because we did a pretty good week and a half of
Yeah,
grading
well,
and stuff.
take a look at that.
And I know
Definitely.
by me they're getting pretty rough because of the previous sand that was hauled in.
Yeah,
And then we had, what, an inch and a half of rain.
On
Sunday.
80.
well, the rain,
Underneath, all that whole area.
absolutely, you can't control the weather, I know that.
Saying maybe 3 inches of rain
It's
this
not,
weekend.
it's
But I
previous,
just hate to
previous
see,
times. what
I
they-
hate to see, some of these roads
Stay that way all winter.
stay that way all winter.
I agree with you
Because of-
100%.
Because of a project we're doing, I mean, farm the project out if you have to. But we need to get those
How
roads
many do we have
taken
committed to that, Wayne?
4.
4 people? Well, that's,
That ain't gonna matter.
that
care
ain't
of. Well,
gonna
that's no
matter.
big deal then.
No.
And
Actually-
we had, like, Monday we had 5 guys here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Deer,
that's,
it's deer season.
but,
The beginning of deer season until after
Right.
Christmas, you
Right.
got a half a crew.
so anyway, you,
That's the way it's
you
always
might wanna
been.
talk to Dave about it and make sure his foremen are
And I
giving
can,
those roads some attention. They should know which ones are the worst.
I can tell you from personal experience last year on Kaplinger that it went into the winter with some big ruts in it. Because it cost me a record bill with my daughter. Yeah, she was driving too fast, I'll give you
No, but
that.
there's a lot,
But she got in those ruts because they were very deep and froze,
Yeah.
and then we had snowpack,
Yeah.
and she got into those ruts, and she just lost control, you know,
Yeah.
because she's not an experienced driver and driving too fast, but the
Yeah.
point is, it was like that all winter long.
yeah, well, that's just it. Whether it's Keplinger Road or what road, a gravel road.
10-day forecast is supposed to freeze every night and get into the 30s and 40s during the day.
Right,
So it's
that's,
a perfect time.
that's the
Yeah.
perfect time for blading, so.
They can't blade till 11 o'clock usually till it
Until it
thaws
thaws.
out, you know,
Yeah,
so
you're
they
right.
don't get a lot done.
So you got
in that couple
2
hours.
4 hours or
Yeah.
2 or 3 hours.
So anyway, just so that you know, keep an eye on it and
Yep. And we can stop on Cedar. We don't have to
do
continuously.
the best you can.
Yeah. If it
We wanna
we
get
get
that
a
open.
snowstorm or
Yeah,
something,
right,
Cedar's shut down and we're doing what we gotta do.
Yeah,
But if
that's
you only have
gonna
4
be-
people on it,
Yeah.
keep on.
Yeah.
that's not a big deal,
Right.
no.
Right.
But then I think a lot of the problem, and it's not a problem, it's every year the same way, but
Yeah.
deer season, everybody's gone mostly, you know.
We're
Short-handed.
half a crew from deer
Yeah.
season till Christmas.
So just do your best, that's all you can
Yeah,
do.
that's most.
Well, do
places in-
our best is right, I mean, let's get it done if we can, yeah. 'Cause- Okay, what else have you got?
Wait for
got a
public
question,
comment.
Dick?
I'd just
Pardon
like
me?
to make a comment. I would like to thank everybody on the road commission for hearing my case and researching it and getting back with me. I
You're
appreciate your help.
welcome. I hope we
Gary.
can,
We are very
luck,
welcome,
Gary.
Gary, thank you.
Hope you're successful, if you choose to be.
You already give the bridge report?
No, that's a different one.
Okay,
So
that's a different one,
we took Mostetler off
yeah?
for one meeting and now we put it back on. Unfortunately,
I knew it.
Yeah,
so the DEQ, I got an email and we got awarded a grant for $100,000.
yeah, did we, okay,
Yep. To go towards the replacement of the Mostetler Road Bridge.
uh-huh,
So he was supposed to call me last week, and then he postponed the phone call, and then I sent him an email to say, hey, you know, touch base with, see what's going on, but, so I don't have all
the details,
the details, but I do have an email saying that we were awarded a $100,000 grant.
And what will it
Good
cost us
news.
to replace the bridge?
That's, I gotta get into all that yet, but that's why I wanna talk to him first and see what that entails.
what we can spend it for and stuff, or?
But I did set up, I'm gonna have an engineering company get the soil boring stuff, that's pretty minimal, and at least get some little bit of legwork done ahead of time, and then
well,
So
we got a good
that-
start then, that's good.
I'm looking at a good possibility that'll be a replacement bridge for next year.
Yeah,
Dwayne, if,
well, I'm glad that grant money comes, that's good.
has the township been notified of that grant award?
Now, yeah, like I said, I wanna talk to the
Okay.
Eagle person first.
Yep. I
Sure.
mean, just a
And-
good proactive move as soon as you
Yeah,
get them some information on it so that they can rest easy.
Oh my God, the old gravel pit crew will be on our butt, right?
I was wondering, can I,
You
that
think
bridge we're
so?
putting on
Oh,
Cedar,
yeah.
is it possible to do something
I
like that
think
there?
so too.
Because, you know,
It
it's
would,
gonna be,
but this is,
Oh, yeah.
this
trucks
has to
can
be
go over.
different.
Okay.
Oh, why isn't that
Yeah,
the
I just-
truth?
I know there's different rules and different restrictions for every one of them, it seems like.
Well, not so much the rules, it's so the grant was for using recycled glass.
Oh, okay.
So this bridge will incorporate recycled glass in the concrete and part of the backfill of
Oh,
the
yeah.
structure to
For
replace.
aggregate type.
Instead of using sand, we're
Yeah.
gonna use finely crushed glass, which has basically the same properties as sand.
Is that, yeah,
it's just more expensive.
It's made from sand, you know?
Well, it'll be more expensive because they're gonna have to produce it, but that's gonna be part of
The
like,
grant.
possibly a recycling initiative where
Right.
people are gonna.
oh,
Feel warm and fuzzy.
Start using more recycled glass and just like the tires
So-
and stuff.
yeah, that's,
Having to use so many tons of recycled glass, this bridge will look different than Cedar. It's gonna be a completely different
Okay.
bridge.
is that right? Yeah, yeah.
But it's one we can, it'll be neat.
So
It'll
this would be,
really cool.
as far as the county's concerned, this would be a first,
In the
with that
county, yes.
material?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, with the material, it would be a first in the state,
in the state.
possibly the country. Bridge type, it'll be the first in our county.
Okay,
Midland County's done 8 to 10 of these type
Oh.
of bridges in Midland County, so
so it's a proven, it's pretty good,
yeah, it's
nothing that we're
And I'm-
experimenting with, then. It's pretty well.
the bridge type is not the experiment part,
Okay.
though. So it's more the material, but it's not even an experiment that's could fail. It's just something new that hasn't been done.
Well, that's good, sounds like we're on the right track there, yeah, good. Okay. Number 3. Manager's agreement, what do you have to have here? Just
You guys, I believe, have
to sign
a
it?
motion and sign this
Yeah.
agreement in public, in a public meeting.
Because nothing's changed on it.
Change the wording from the old one.
Paragraph 6 has changed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Did we get a
yeah,
interpretation on
It's
the,
$1.50
IR
one way.
what's that?
It's $1.50 one way.
What's that mean?
That's what the rate is
oh,
for him to go back and forth to work. It's $1.50 per mile one way.
There you go. That's what we were looking for.
yeah,
So that meets the legal requirement.
Yeah, it's like $78 a year is what Donna said.
Okay.
okay.
Perfect. I make a motion, we adopt this for Dwayne.
I'll
Second.
support, okay,
I support.
okay with me, yeah,
And then I have the
Then
original,
you'll
so I'll
need
get all your guys' signatures.
signatures,
before
won't you?
we leave.
Yeah, all right. We need signatures on that, that's good. Okay. New business? COVID preparedness and response plan, what is that now? Have we got any?
So, because of everything that keeps changing,
Yeah,
from Krista, they suggested that you guys just make a motion to whatever comes down that Dwayne basically implements it, that you guys are giving the manager direct,
so we don't
director.
have to
Yeah.
every time.
That way we don't have to bring stuff to you every single time, get approval, and
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Just, let's talk
Just a
about that
minute.
just for a second.
Well, that's for discussion
I'll
anyway.
agree with that as long as we roll all the trucks. Everybody has to go to work, they have to go to the hospital, they have to go to the pharmacist, they have to go to the store.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have to go to the liquor store.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I grant him all the power in the world as long as all them trucks roll, cause people
Yeah.
gotta live.
Yeah.
right?
absolutely, I mean, that's,
I mean, we're gonna,
And him and Dave are working together, and they
that's
have
kind of a given.
basically a way of how they're doing things.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
where him and Dave are working together closely.
You
on
mean to
that.
minimize exposure within the facility
Yeah.
Well,
and
that's-
property?
Yeah, and
Exactly
then
right, that's
we
what-
get emails like almost every day. Like
Mhm.
we got an email
With one
yesterday.
word changing or a paragraph changing.
Yeah. Is
We
that
got
right?
an email yesterday that literally said the health department was too busy and
Oh.
that that they're gonna give us some guidelines as far as like
Yeah,
who should quarantine, how long, when they can come back to work, blah blah blah. But it's
You
like
leave an outline for,
but
yeah,
they're
but
gonna,
it puts it on me more
Yeah.
so than even
So you got some
waiting for the health
guidelines.
department to give me a letter. They're saying they're basically not gonna give us even, so that's just kinda some of the stuff, but we have no intention of doing a shutdown or anything, like, we have ideas to keep everything going. So-
Is everybody aware of the CDC suggestions and guidelines? That we ditch singing, loud music, alcohol for the holidays?
Oh.
That's gonna be a problem.
We know how much you love singing.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Actually, if I'm singing, that should be a sobriety test.
There you go.
Because there's no way.
If he's
Operate in
singing,
the best interest,
yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
On that same note, as things progress and as the numbers grow, I mean, they're growing.
Yep.
Do we have a plan if you have 6 people, 6 men, women, whatever, that have to quarantine or out of work for 10 days? Do we have any contingency plans for temps to fill them trucks? What if we have a big storm, can only put 3 guys out?
Because of COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
that
Well, I
was
think that we
that
talked
was the
about
agreement
that
with the state,
at the
that
last meeting.
other counties could
Yeah.
help us, or we help them, or,
Yeah.
I
That's
spoke
right.
with somebody and they said basically what the health department meant by that is that they're not gonna send a letter to the employee. The employee says, you know, can you excuse me, just go to work, like our guys, they could take their truck to their house.
right.
They don't have time to do that anymore. That's where it would fall onto Dwayne and Dave to decide, okay, this employee, you know, yeah, they were exposed to somebody, they have no symptoms, their test was negative, they should be able to come back to work. So that's more so from what I was told last night,
yeah,
is what that letter was supposed to mean. It didn't come out that way, but that's what it was supposed to be for.
Beg
Do
for
you-
forgiveness
well,
later.
that's,
Do you need a motion
clears that up pretty much.
Yes.
to
Yeah.
have Dwayne take care of all the COVID business?
Yeah.
Is that the terminology you want?
I'll make it pretty.
All right,
Yeah, you-
make it pretty, but I make the motion.
You make
I'll
it pretty.
support it.
Support.
Support, okay.
Still see no bourbon and donuts, but.
If it got to the point, an idea or a question, if it got to the point, if an employee was under quarantine,
Yeah,
if, this is just a question or a comment,
yeah,
and they wanted to keep working,
Mm-hmm.
you know, could they, this is an idea, they could take the truck home,
Mm-hmm.
and they could, that's their truck.
and they
That's
don't,
what we did
Need
this
another
spring.
driver in that truck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have some employees that wanna work.
well, that's right, and as long as they're not
Well,
exposing
they did that
anybody,
this spring, they,
You know,
they-
and
that's-
they're the only
yeah.
one in the truck, and, yeah,
And that's why the health department's saying they don't have the time to write the letter, because typically what you would need is a health department letter stating it was okay for them to come back to work. They don't have the time to do that. So that's where it would fall on.
well, just some
On
common
our
sense
decision.
is what it
Yeah.
is.
that gives
Common
Dwayne,
sense approach.
gives
Yeah.
Dwayne some options.
Right.
You got
We can
people
handle
that
that.
probably wanna work and they're sitting at home and the truck's sitting here.
That doesn't make a lot of sense,
Don't
right?
make no sense and the roads are terrible and.
This
Yeah,
isn't one
take
of them
it home.
jobs you can do virtual, so.
Yep.
Yeah. That way nobody's around the driver or anything
And that
like
was
that.
another thing, right, Kayla, with do we have to write that?
We have to
Letter.
fill in the names because they have that remote work. There's a lot of exceptions that you can have. One, we're doing year end. I don't have the greatest internet at home, so that's another thing when you're in a rural community. If you can't focus during your allotted time, you cannot work remote.
Yeah,
So that pretty much takes me out of the picture with the
pretty
kids.
much, yeah.
The guys, yeah, they can work remote, the trucks can go home, but that's not really my opinion, remote work. You know, remote work is working from home from a computer or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right,
So that's something we have to do. We do have to fill out per OSHA. So Dave is
Cool.
gonna be working on,
But we're
Um,
saying basically that none of us are capable
Correct.
of remote work at this time,
correct,
Right.
mhm.
because there's things we need here that we can't
we gotta
access
keep those
from home.
roads going.
Yeah.
Can't do it, no.
I mean, people call in here, you
Well,
know, we
yeah.
have our,
That's a legitimate answer to that
Yeah, I
issue.
think,
Mhm.
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we don't have any correspondence of any kind,
just that letter.
I mean, outside, that's already been done, but, so that's, can take off, all right. Staff reports?
The only thing I have is I'm gonna be billing out townships again for $513,843.22.
For the townships.
Yep, for projects that we're finishing up.
Yeah.
What,
Getting them in
Dwayne,
this
when
year,
do we
go like
talk
that.
about the budget? You know, every year we have a budget meeting.
Yeah, probably January, after Thanksgiving. Dave and myself and Kayla and Al are gonna sit down and DJ and start going through. We've kind of discussed like an equipment wish list.
That's what we usually do every year.
And like a rate, and like some increases in certain things DJ
Right.
had asked for.
Right,
Yep.
and projects.
I
Gravel
did put a bunch
projects,
of that
maybe.
stuff in, but they have to figure out their projects still, and we have to make that list.
And then, what we feel comfortable with as a board on the reserves, you know, keep stash
Yeah.
back, try to keep.
So I wanna we're gonna sit down and put everything together, get a total number, which I'm guessing is gonna be higher than what we can accomplish.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna decide what we can cut back.
Yeah.
To kinda come up with a final plan to present to you guys. And that
Okay, that's
should
good.
probably be in January.
Probably
so.
first of the year, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that's a good plan, that's good.
But, yeah, a couple weeks, we're gonna sit down and start going through a lot of stuff, so.
And as the numbers come in, from the projects we have, Caleb probably has them now, but, when you present that wish list and tentative budget there, or whatever you want, can you knock out the townships, how much, I'd like to know that 3-year run on the spend in each township.
Mhm.
Because traditionally in the past, we've gravitated and we got twice as much or 5 times as much going in this township versus this township, and I'd like to see that, and I think the people would like to see that as well,
Keep
so.
it more uniform, keep it.
Just to, you know, keep
Yeah.
everybody on the up and up.
Good, good, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be easy to do.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? No. Okay, commissioner reports. We'll start with you.
Just one thing, talking about trucks at home, are we providing an electricity allowance, if you will, pick whatever you wanna call it, for the drivers that take their trucks home?
We discussed it, but I think right now, once winter gets here, I don't think we'll let them take them home.
They should be
I
inside.
think we're gonna accommodate something here, and
Staggered.
probably more likely a
Staggered.
staggered start
Okay.
schedule if anybody has to.
If you need to, yeah.
Yeah, I just think that would be a fair
Yeah.
offer up front if
Yeah.
that becomes the issue with COVID or whatever other
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
but
it could be
right
with
now,
COVID,
right now, I think it's best to leave the
Yeah.
vehicles here. So.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the wintertime they freeze up, they need to be inside,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
they can come in and grab them, they're ready to go.
Mhm.
I know at the end of last year they were doing it, and I didn't know if that
Yeah.
ever was an issue. I didn't even think about it till just now, but okay.
Yeah,
That's
when
all
we
I-
did it last time, it was spring, so
Yeah.
it wasn't an issue,
Yeah.
but yeah, it could become an issue that I don't wanna deal with, so.
Yeah, that's right, it was like in March, wasn't it?
It was warm enough, they didn't, it was
Yeah.
warm enough, they didn't have that issue.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I got.
I don't have anything extra.
I don't either, Dave.
Well, I've been behaving myself, a lot of the townships are going virtual, so I
Yeah.
haven't been visiting
No.
this last
oh,
time.
No. No, that's just about the way it is. Okay,
Kayla, do you need us to sign that today, or when?
Yes.
Is it all right?
Yep, I'll get your signatures.
okay, you're gonna get that ready for signatures,
Yep.
so we can, if there's nothing else, we can adjourn the meeting.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we adjourn. Second.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.
Chase deers.
Thank you.